As you can probably tell, I'm finally getting through my backlog of clock radio videos to make. So here's one more. Tell me that you are manufactured in the 1980s without telling me that you are manufactured in the 1980s. Well, this certainly would take the cake for that. It's very 1980s design. Manufactured by Prosonic, it is an FM/AM clock radio model PCR254. And the pastel colors really do give it away that it is from the 1980s. Code number looks like 846. My guess is 6th week of 1984, or maybe June of 1984. That would certainly make sense to me. Here's where the backup battery would go. Standard 9 volt, nothing special there. For best operation, replace battery every 6 months. I don't think anybody ever does that. Probably paid too much money for it, considering it's probably just yet another piece of junk. Although that looks like that might be about maybe a 2.5-inch speaker generously. So that's not necessarily terrible. One thing that is potentially terrible is the design of the switches on the top. You can see this alarm off button right here is the same size as the snooze. So it'd be all too easy in a half-awake state to accidentally hit alarm off and then go back to bed versus the snooze, which is what you intend to hit. Of course, your volume control and your tuning knob. I don't think that's really in the correct position. It looks like you can tune, or the volume goes up way beyond what the scale shows, which is interesting. I don't know if it's actually really tuned to a station or not. I don't think so. But we'll go ahead and we'll turn the radio on. You can see you get a light. And even turned all the way down, there is audio. Sounds decent. Ooh, there's some buzzing there.
4 years later.
Selectivity is obviously not very great. That's pretty typical of these cheap alarms. Yeah, it seems like there's a lot of interference there. Probably some capacitors that need to be replaced. Alright, that's pretty much it for that. Switch over to AM here. The dirty control, and see what we got.
Call Focus Eye about a no-charge, no-obligation consultation.
That's at 580, and you can see we're above the 600.
3937.
So,
That's 613.
not very accurate. But again, that's a pretty common feature of these. I'm hearing that station right here. Well, maybe it's a different station. Yeah, that's a different station. It sounded like it was the same one for a minute, though. Quiet station, or distant stations, are really distant.
It's almost like what happened to Michael Jordan when he tried out for the team in high school and the coach cut him.
Introducing TSN Plus. What a game changer.
Retire. Even as a study shows, the majority of Canadians...
Okay, that's pretty much it. So I'll go ahead and I'll set the alarm. And we'll have a listen to that. Alright. I thought that it would actually give you the radio because you saw it turned that on over there, but I guess not. Or maybe it would have if I had it tuned to a station, but ultimately doesn't really matter. Oops. At the end of the day, that's pretty much all that there is to say about this Prosonic model PCR254. Which I believe is the model. Yep. Clock radio that announces it's from the 80s without saying that it's from the 80s. Thank you for watching. If you have any comments, feel free to leave them down below.